Hello, I am Introverted Writer. Today I am hopefully going to show anybody who happens to accidentally come across this video how to fold a very cute, very simple origami bat. So anyone who is familiar with some of the easier traditional origami folds will know of one called a water bomb, which is essentially an inflatable paper ball. It's very fun, it's nifty, it's cute for kids. I'll do it when I'm bored sometimes at work. It's just fun. So what we're going to do is I have kind of taken a twist on that, and I have made an origami bat. So you can see that it is actually inflated. So it's hollow. You have the little ears. You have the very simple triangular wings. This is a nice, fun, lightweight origami fold that I have hung up for decorations. Since it's hollow, all you have to do is take a string or a fishing line and go it through the top, put it at the bottom and tie a little knot so it stays, and hang it up. It's adorable. You can see I did a little face in a silver pencil on this one. I have a much goofier, cutesy face on this one. Or you can simply just not do a face at all and just have the basic shape. Like I said, it's just fun. It's easy. You can do them really fast. So they're just perfect for like party decorations or just to string around and have people go, hey, look at that, that's cool. So anyways, what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and get started. You're going to take your origami paper. Typically, you can't really find, I'm sure it's somewhere out there, but in my local stores, there is no core colored origami paper. So you're always going to have white on one side, black on one side, and even the dual-sided ones are still white core. And what that means is that top layer is color, but underneath of it is white. So when you rub the edges or if you do a lot of creases, that white's going to start showing through. Anyways, if you can find dual colored or color core, that would be cool because then you won't have the issue of the white showing. But even if you do, it's not that big of a deal. It's still cute. So I'm going to take my black paper. You can use black, you can use gray, you can use brown. It doesn't matter as long as it's kind of, batty looking. Personally, I think black works best because usually you're using this for Halloween. One of my favorite times of year. So black just seems to be the ideal color for this. So to start off, we're going to do side-to-side folding. And then we're going to unfold it because we're just getting creases established at this point. You want to try to be as exact as possible because any slight variations you got going on is going to show up more later on. And that's just true for all origami. Okay, so we got that. Now you're going to flip it over. And instead of side to side, you're going to do corner to corner. For folding corners, I typically like to match the tips up on the side here, hold it down with my finger, and then slide to the center and spread out from there. For me, that just seems to be the easiest and quickest way to get an accurate fold like this. But to each his own, and if somebody has a better method of doing it, let me know in the comments, because this video is going to get so many views. Anyways, there you go. You've got the shape, these folds established, these creases. So what you're going to do now is you're going to actually just collapse it. And when I say collapse it, I mean you're just going to kind of squeeze it together. You're going to get up with this shape, so you'll just flatten it out. So you'll have two flaps on one side, two flaps on the other side, and you'll have a triangle. You've got the tip here, you've got it open here, and there you go. Now at this point, what you're going to do is you're going to take one layer, you're going to bring that tip to match the center point and do a crease. Go ahead and leave it creased for now. Same thing on the other side. You're only going to take that top layer. bring it up, do a crease. Easy peasy. Now what you're going to do is this edge here on this top layer, again, leave that bottom layer alone for now. You're going to take this edge and you're going to match it up with the center. So essentially what you're doing, if you guys can see, you're bringing this in, okay? And you're going to go ahead and establish that crease, okay? You want to make sure it's this way. Don't do it the other way because it won't work. So this open side is where you're doing the crease. Okay, so you'll do that on both sides. You'll end up with this. And what you're going to do is you're going to flip the whole thing over, and you're going to do the same thing on this side. So tip to point. And then edge to center. Okay. Okay. So there you go. You'll notice there's a lot of repeating in origami. That's just, you know, the way it goes. At this point, we're going to change it up a little bit. You're going to unfold one side, and you're going to take this tip, just this tip, and fold it down like so. Okay? And now what you're going to do is you'll see that there is a crease there. You're going to fold it the opposite way along that crease and let this come up at the same time. And what that's going to do is as you fold that down, it's going to actually pull it in, and you're going to flatten that there. That's going to establish a new crease. Okay? All right? So you'll end up with something that looks like that. On this side, you're going to unfold it again. You're going to go ahead and flip it over. Okay? And you'll see you have an X in creases there. Can you see that okay? You're going to fold this way, and you're going to try to match up those creases with the one behind them. So, like, if you can see it, that crease, just match it up with that one. And the same thing on the top. Okay, so you have basically like that. All right. At this point, you're going to unfold it, because that's what we do, and you're going to basically collapse it, kind of like we did earlier, where you're going to just pinch those together. You'll notice that this, you'll have to kind of form its own crease, because it doesn't already have one existing. But that should kind of want to form on its own. A good guiding tool is you kind of want it to match up with this edging. So if you're finding it's going too far down, just kind of push it out a little bit more. So there you go. And then this isn't a very important fold, as long as it's just kind of folded so it's out of the way, essentially. So all I did there is I just folded that tip back. Okay, so this is what this one side looks like now. What we're going to do is we're going to flip it over, and we're going to repeat, keeping them on the same side. So this one with the tip that sticks out, you're going to want the tip to stick out on the same side. This one that has this little tip here, you're going to want that to be on this side. So we're going to unfold here, bring that tip up, follow that crease and reverse it. Okay, and squash it down. And we got our little tip there. And then we're going to unfold this, pop it over, push this over. Trying to make sure you guys can see it, but it's not the easiest, because I want to see what I'm doing too. So there we go. Got that shape. Unfold it. Collapse it. Again, making sure that we stay about even with our edge. And then fold it back. Okay? So we have it matching on both sides at this point. It's adorable. It's wonderful. If you haven't guessed, these are going to be the wings, and these little tips are going to be the ears. At this point, go ahead and open up these flaps that you've kept together, like so. So you'll end up with it looking like this. Okay? Now, there is a slight variation we can do here. You'll notice one of my done bats and one of my, one of the other ones are different looking, where the tips on this one are folded one way and the tips on this one are folded the other way. You can do either ways. You'll notice if you do this one, it has a rounder looking face. It's a little bit smoother looking. However, the tips will always stick out. The reasoning is because you're doing that crease in the same direction as the other folds. So it doesn't stay as tight. So the tips will always stick out, and yeah, you can collapse them a little bit. The tips will always stick out, and they'll always make it look like a wider face, which is why I did this one cuter, because, it's just a cute little round bat. This one, however, it stays tight. It will be in the front of the bat, so it'll have a sharper look to it. So you can do either or. I prefer this one because it stays tighter, and I kind of like that better, but it's up to you on how you want to do it. So on mine, I'm going to go ahead and fold them in. So you're just going to take that tip right there and just do a nice tight crease inward. And then you're going to do the same thing on the other side. You're going to try to keep it about as even as you can, essentially. But if it's a slight difference, it's really not going to make it terrible. Okay? You're going to flip it over, and you're going to do the same thing on these back here. That little crease. This is essentially just going to keep the folds where they need to be. For the fun part, which is coming up now, where this hole in the top, where all of our edges met, you're going to actually blow into that hole. Ooh, my fingernails are dirty. That's what you get when you clean before doing this. You're going to actually blow into that hole and inflate it like a balloon. Like so. Okay? Now, you're pretty much almost done at this point. You'll want to go ahead and kind of loosen up that crease that we did there, so the wings have a little bit of a rounder shape to them. Smooth down those creases there. I always find that it helps to kind of help the top round out, especially on the sides. So you can just kind of push it down a little bit, get it to get a little bit more shape to it. And then the ears, basically all you're going to do is you're going to, you see that edging in there, you're going to just open it up, and you're going to take your finger in there and just curl it forward a little bit, and that will keep it flat looking and open. So we're going to do that on this side. Okay, and there you go. You've got a cute little origami bat. This is super fun to do with kids. It's super easy. Like I said, I do them all the time. And they're just so much fun. It doesn't take long. And once you get the hang of it, you can pop these suckers out like crazy. So they're great for decorations. You can do them in various paper sizes. You can do them bigger. They're just, I love them. So I made them up. So of course I love them. But yeah, so I hope that somebody out there finds this and somebody tries it and thinks, hey, this is cool, and does it for fun, because that's the whole point of these videos. If you have any questions, if you have any comments, if you have any suggestions, go ahead and leave it in the comments, and I should be able to be pretty responsive with the comments, because I can look at those on my lunch breaks at work. My goal is to do another video like this in about 2 weeks, so keep your eyes peeled. I'm not going to give anything away, but it's probably going to be a Halloween-y themed thing as well, because I love Halloween. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.